back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. A reminder of our major stories. Voters turn out in large numbers to exercise their franchise in the Anambra state governorship elections in defiance of security concerns as candidates express divergent views on the conduct of the poll. Nigeria's Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo challenges countries in West Africa to back the fight against money laundering and illegal financial flows in the sub-region with action. 4 female suicide bombers launch attack near Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, killing themselves and a boy. Thousands troop out on the streets of Harare in solidarity with the military, insists it's time for President Robert Mugabe to go. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website. It's channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 apps will give you access to news and updates. You also have the Eyewitness feature with which you can share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. And let's see some of the pictures you sent into our Eyewitness portal. We begin with this image from Jada local government area in Adamawa State, showing a collapsed bridge. Our Eyewitness reporter says the bridge poses a great danger to commuters. Our next picture is from Makurdi area of Benue State, showing the untarred Ankpa Road. Our Eyewitness reporter wants the authority concerned to fix it. Still on infrastructure is this photo from Atimbo Akwabuyo area of Cross River State, showing a submerged area. Our Eyewitness reporter is calling on the federal government to help find a solution to it. And we end with this image from Oka-Onitsha Highway in Anambra State, showing a commercial motorcyclist conveying a casket. Our Eyewitness reporter says the packages like this should be transported via a vehicle for safety reasons. And that's Eyewitness pictures you sent in today. We do encourage you to keep them coming. And staying with the Anambra elections, the Police Service Commission has expressed satisfaction with the conduct of police officers during the exercise. In a statement, the Commission explains that a team of 16 members and staff comprising 5 commissioners and 11 monitors were in Anambra State to look at the conduct of police officers on electoral duties. The team was said to have visited 6 local government areas across the 3 senatorial zones of the state, where it was observed that there was a highly improved deployment of policemen during the election. According to the Commission, an average of 3 policemen complemented by men of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps were seen in most of the polling units visited. It was observed that the policemen were civil, polite and friendly while performing their duties. And away from elections in Anambra State to Kwara State, where mixed reactions trail the local government elections, which held today in 16 local government areas. While the main opposition is accusing the umpire of not supplying them with enough voting materials in some of their wards, the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, and the Governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, described the election as credible.
This is Ilorin, the Kwara state capital, where major roads are deserted as security officials are seen at strategic locations, ensuring there's no vehicular movement. As early as 8 a.m., residents of Ilorin turned out in their numbers to vote in chairmen and councillors to run the affairs of the local governments across the state. At Ajikobi Ward in Ilorin, Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki arrives his family residence where he cast his vote. He asks all contestants in the election to accept the results.
I'm very impressed with the turnout. It shows that their awareness and also their appreciation of the people for the party and to come and support the government and the party, and also their keenness to exercise their civil duty in voting. It's very encouraging that even at the local government election, I want to thank people who have come out to come and vote and be part of the process, and continue to do our best to ensure that we improve on governance at all levels. Those that are not happy to win this time should go back, go and replan and try at the next election. The most important thing is a peaceful environment, and we must maintain peace at all given time and shun violence. So my warning to everybody, that especially the youth, that this is a democratic process and we should all exercise that, and there's no time for violence.
Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed also cast his vote at the Adibiokmo compound in Share, the headquarters of Ifelodun local government area of the state. The governor admits that there were little skirmishes in some polling centers, but believes the outcome of the election will be fair to all.
We hope it should be peaceful, because we've not seen any signs of any activity that has the potency of disrupting the electoral process. So far, we think everything is peaceful, and we've not seen any cause for disruption of peace.
In Ilori West local government area, some youths staged a peaceful protest accusing the electoral umpire of not providing enough voting materials.
In my own place here, there is no recall booklet. Other places, they will call me. Instead of 800 people to vote, they will only see 40. Places to vote 700 people, they will only see 300. They wouldn't even be chairman record seat. They will only bring councillor. It's applicable in my own unit here where I'm voting, as you can see here. So I am calling on the Inspector General of Police. I am calling on the Director of State Security Service to please look into this matter, that this election should be nullified.
With the local government election over, the electorate are hopeful that the votes will reflect the essence of the exercise.
Away from politics now, money laundering is capable of wiping out countries in West Africa if the menace is not dealt with, and urgently too. This is according to Nigeria's Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, who has asked countries in the sub-region to treat the challenge with zero tolerance. He was speaking at the Ministerial Committee meeting of the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa. Our correspondent, Gloria Omezuke, has this report.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, walks into the 18th in the series of ministerial meetings of the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, GABA. Ministers from all ECOWAS member states of GABA and members of the diplomatic corps joined discussions on how to effectively fight against the scourges of transnational crime, corruption, money laundering, and terrorist financing.
We are dealing with an existential threat. It's either we wipe it out or it wipes us out. This should spur us to treat money laundering and other financial crimes with zero tolerance. We have for long enough affirmed our commitment as a sub-region to fighting money laundering and terrorist financing. We must now back this intent with forceful action and visible results.
The Vice President minced no words in his description of the dangers that lie ahead for member countries, seizing the opportunity to call for more global support in the repatriation of stolen funds.
It is unconscionable, in our view, to have stolen funds in a bank within the jurisdiction of an FATF country and to have to go through a rigorous obstacle course to retrieve the funds. And even when such funds are to be returned after several years, humiliating conditions are attached. We cannot have anonymous ownership of companies, trusts, and other arrangements designed to cover the ownership of assets, and at the same time expect optimal results from anti-money laundering measures.
The committee of the 17 members of Gyaba is meeting for the second time in 2017, according to the Director General of Gyaba, for the sole purpose of finding a concrete solution.
I'm calling all authorities to assist member states, all the agencies that are involved in the fight, to support them financially so that they can deliver their mandate, but also ensure that we have the necessary tools, instruments, and as I said, the financial resources so that we can fight against money laundering and terrorist financing in West Africa.
Illicit financial flows is perhaps the most damaging economic condition facing developing countries, but the call has intensified for greater synergy among member states while ensuring that the fight against corruption addresses the broader issues of financial inclusion and integrity. Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
To security matters now. Normalcy has been restored to Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, after 5 people were killed in multiple explosions this morning. The 4 attackers, who were all female, blew themselves up, killing a little boy in the process. His mother sustained injuries. The blast occurred in separate parts of the state. The first was when 2 bombers set off IEDs on the outskirts of a village in Jere local government area. Then the others entered the village and detonated their explosives. And still on security matters, the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association in Yobe State, northeast Nigeria, has asked the federal government to establish a commission for farmers and nomads in the country. The secretary of the association explained that establishing the commission will help solve the farmers and herdsmen clashes around the country.
How to curb the perennial clashes between farmers and herdsmen in Yobe State is the reason for this tour by officials of the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, who are out to enlighten their members in Gaydam town in Damaturu, the Yobe State capital, with other members drawn from Unisari. Also in attendance are community, traditional and religious leaders who ask members to stay away from destroying farms.
We advise the nomad that let them avoid tampering with the farmers before their collection of their products. After collecting their products, they are free to rear their cattle all over. But when they are in progress in collecting their farm products, we advise the nomad not to tamper with their farms until when they cleared everything. This is one issue.
The association is also advocating the formation of a national commission for farmers and nomads as a strategy to address clashes that have caused loss of restiveness nationwide.
There is need to get a commission that will take care of nomad and farmers, so they can mark them. So in as much as a stranger is being marked, he can be cautious of tampering with other people's properties. Hence, the need that problem of cattle rearers and farmers will be solved.
For some other opinion leaders at the gathering, the people must ensure that visiting pastoralists are well recognized and made to follow laid-down rules. The peace tour of all the 17 local government areas of the state by Mieti Allah is expected to cut down the rate of clashes between farmers and cattle breeders, thereby creating an enabling environment for both parties to operate without conflict.
When the news at 10 returns, Nigeria and Kenya's central bank set to hold final 2017 Monetary Policy Committee meeting next week, and that's on Business News. Join us again.